Hello, and welcome to Story Reckless. Oh god, did I just blow the mic out? Probably.
Nope.
Nope.
Or at least not on our end.
Okay, that's good. Hi. Welcome to Story Reckless. I wasn't just running around like a headless chicken. Of course not. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am Nathan. I am your DM. I am all of your DMs here that are playing with me tonight, and I use he, him pronouns. With that, let's do some quick intros.
My name's Claire, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Kidam.
Are you?
My name is Olive, ? I use she and they pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Calliope, old lady who's having a great time in this Hellfire Lounge place with a cigar that she's taken apart.
Forgot about that. Hi, I'm Enyo, they, them, and I'll be playing Pip, just a normal human woman, alchemist who has her finger in every single pie and doesn't know what to do with it all.
Amazing.
We call her Pie Fingers.
I was gonna say, I think the proper response is to lick your fingers.
Ooh, yeah.
Um,
Well, there's kind of stuck, actually, in some pies. Like,
stuck
one
in
of
the
the pies
pies.
was a mimic, yeah.
Ooh. Okay, that sounds a little more challenging.
oh god. A pie wait, sorry. The pie is a mimic? That's cruel. I'll have to remember that. Okay, so hey, wait.
So fond of you.
Who's Runeverse? Is that
That-
one of, that's
Yeah, that's my friend.
Oh, hi.
Cool.
Hello, Runeverse. Welcome back.
Yes,
Ooh.
thanks for joining us this evening. So I just for a moment I was like, wait, because maybe it was Enyo. I don't know. I know y'all sometimes post in chat, but yeah, hi Runeverse, nice to see you. All right, well, with that, this is wow, what a crazy start. Here we go. Let's do a quick little recap here. So last time we left off, our protagonists were going around Baldur's Gate. They had just spoken with a severed head, tried to get some information from it. Kadam had sent a couple of sending spells out to various folks. Somewhat useful, I'd say, with at least one of them, with Kaylin Brightwood, maybe. It might pay off. And then you all headed into the city, where Pip wanted to pawn, or con, rather, some of the spell books that you had found in the Dungeon of the Dead 3. So you went to the Crack Spine, where you met Disa, and you went about your little con with the help of Calliope, but Calliope seemed to mishear the price of the books and assumed that they were 150 gold, not 250 gold each. And at one point, Pip, you, towards the end of this con, you eventually resorted to threatening Disa, to revealing that her business was, untrustworthy or scamming people, at which point she pushed a little button and the door locked, the blinds went down, and she told you, hey, I wouldn't do that. You don't know where you are, and you don't know who you're talking to.
And she was right.
But you did manage to get the full price for the books. Not extra gold, but you got the full price for the books.
It took,
That's
like
not
an
true.
extra half hour.
Yeah.
And we got
I got
whole
2
price.
copper.
That's right. You got 2 copper. That's right. Yeah. Well, technically, you lost 6 copper, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But gained
But I got a
a
cool
book
look.
Gained.
worth
Yes.
8.
Yeah. What
It
was
was
the,
not a successful con.
Did you buy Moonstruck in the Wood of Sharp Teeth? I don't remember which book you bought. I don't know.
I think that was the one that I was reading. And
Got
that's
it.
the one that I got.
Yeah, I got a different kind of supernatural bodice ripper, I think.
Do you want me to pay some copper for that? I never deducted that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's be fair. Go ahead. Pay Disa will let you buy that one for also 6 copper. So
Nice.
So with all of that said and done, you then did a bit of shopping at Sorcerer's Sundries, and Kadam, you walked away with a brand new fancy piece of armor, some
Yup.
mithril half plate, which is very exciting. And then eventually you found yourselves about mid-afternoon heading over to the Hellfire Lounge, a smoking lounge in the Brampton neighborhood that Pip is a frequent patron to and knows the owner. Going inside this smoky lounge, and you were up in the upper balcony, and down below you could see the lounge with all the sofas and tables and the bar at the back. And the owner, Heskan, this male red-scaled dragonborn, approached you and gave you some cigars. And Pip, you could see across the way Fred, as well as 2 other cultists at one of the tables, and you asked Heskan to let them know to meet you in room 7A, I believe it was. So you dropped off a little note for them, and you're going to meet them in room 7A. These cultists of the Dead Three that you convinced through disguise that you were their leader. So, with all of that said and done, let us jump right into this. So, what are you all doing? You're sitting here up above the lounge on the balcony at one of these little half circle tables with your cigars. What are you all doing?
Calliope is busy disassembling, as I mentioned, her cigar into different components. She's like, I see, they have made an initiator point, and then they put the tobacco back here, and da. And has maybe lost focus of why we're here again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Pip, do you want to go talk to them? Or I don't think you're disguised right now.
Yeah,
'Cause
Pip is
Hakan
taking
has
the time
gone.
to get disguised. Has found kind of the little normal human woman's powder room, and is putting on the disguise to become Minor Captain Jagnath.
Oh yeah.
If I follow you into the normal human woman's bathroom, powder room, can I give you advantage on this roll?
You're certainly welcome to come into the bathroom with me.
If it's for normal human women, I don't know, but not normal nor a human nor a woman, but
Okay, well,
Keep going.
it's the gender neutral humanoid bathroom.
There you
I'm
go,
sorry,
yeah.
I'm just feeling really insecure right now, okay?
oh,
I didn't say that out loud. I need to get some
Alright, I
breakfast.
will-
It's a difficult time.
disregard that.
Excuse me, I need to practice my lines. Come in.
I'll hold down the fort out here.
All
Keep an
right.
eye on them.
All right, so Kadam and Pip, you scurry off and head into this bathroom. Relatively simple. There's just kind of like a big stone slab with a hole, and there's a little water basin off to the side. But you pull yourselves in there and close the door. What are you doing?
Filling up the water basin and using it like a mirror and just holding it down. Just be like,
Well, you could also just use my mirror.
okay, I can use your mirror, but I need this for affirmations first. You are a good actor. You can do this. You are Minor Captain Jagnath. What does his voice sound like again? I don't think we actually heard his voice. We just killed him.
You said that he screamed some.
Yeah! That's it. That's his voice. Okay. Hey. Yes. Yes. Let me use your mirror. How? Help? I guess.
Yeah. I'll help with prosthetics, let's say.
Okay, yeah. So go
I
ahead.
don't trust myself with makeup, really. But...
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we'll have this be a deception roll as you're putting all this makeup on, and you can do it with advantage since you have help here from Kadam.
Mhm. Also guidance.
Oh, and guidance. Okay, so add
okay.
D4.
There we go.
I
Yeah.
bought P1 bad.
I had advantage on this anyway because of the actor feat.
Oh,
but
awesome.
I will happily take guidance. Oh, wow. Beyond 20 is not working. Give me a minute.
Oh,
For a second, I hope.
poop. Sometimes it lags. Excuse me.
And guidance is 1d4.
Correct.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is 24. That's a 30.
What?
What?
Hold on. This is confusing because I accidentally did instead of high. There we go. It's a 24, but I forgot my +6 to deception.
Because you roll. Did
You
you
rolled a
wait?
nat
Did
20?
you roll a nat 20?
I rolled a nat 20. I rolled a
Oh
nat
my
20.
God.
So nat 20 plus 4 guidance plus
I rolled
6.
4 guidance. I got everything.
That's.
I told you, affirmations work.
Clearly. You look like an entirely different person.
She really does. And with the uniform that you had taken as well, it really helps. And you start to remember some of the brief phrases that you heard this individual speak during your combat, and you start to channel that voice. To be honest, I don't remember exactly what the voice was, so whatever you do, that's the voice. It was probably one of my generic, just like tough guy, gruff, low voices, so it works. Awesome. So yeah, Calliope, you maybe you look up for a moment from your cigar as the door opens, and you watch as an entirely different person, the captain. Is it? It's Yignath, right? Or what did you write down? Yignath?
Yeah.
Okay. As you see Captain Yignath walking out of the bathroom, and then you see Kadam following out quickly afterwards.
Very pleased.
Is Pip still in there then, or
No,
did the
she
cultist?
left.
Oh,
Pip is gone right now. Hey, Kadam. Do you think could you go and maybe get at the amulets of mind detect thoughts that we saw in the spell in the magic emporium?
Like, right now?
You don't have to do it right now. I just think perhaps you might not want to be around for this next part.
Why not?
Never mind. Just stay right here. I'll just be out in a tick. No, and then Captain Yagnath just pushes the door open to 7A, like all puffed out.
Okay, so we see you descend downstairs and go down that back hallway, going up to the door. Kadam and Calliope, are you staying up above as you watch Yignath go down? And he's standing there now before the door, getting ready to push it open. Are you two gonna stay upstairs?
I think so. I can send little dummy to like go hang out like outside the door maybe.
Okay. And what about you, Kadam?
Well, I mean, I want to know what's going on, but I also feel like I'm not wanted. So I'll stay here, I guess.
Okay. All right. So you settle in there with Calliope. And Calliope, you send little dummy, this marionette figure, floating down the stairs.
Come get us if sounds like trouble starts.
And it floats down, goes up to the door as Yignath is pushing it open.
And I think it like kind of like mimes like bouncer like lean outside of it, just like really tiny.
It kind of like, I think it kind of like, it kind of holds its form, and then as the door closes, there's a little bit of vibration. It kind of flops a little to one side, so it's a little off kilter. And Yignath, as you open the door, you see that there are, in this relatively small room, there's 7 individuals all kind of like huddled in this room as the door opens and you step inside, shutting the door behind you. And you do indeed see Fred there, as well as a collection of others. It looks like, none of them have their working clothes on. They're like fighting culty clothes on. So they're all kind of in, just their normal, or like more something to blend in, right? Like more common garb. But what do you do as you step in? You see Fred look up and go, "Oh, okay, hold on, Fred." This damn voice. Okay, looks up and goes, "Oh, hey there, sir. Good to see you, Captain Yignath. We got all assembled. We got your little note about being in this room." And they all kind of stand at attention as you step inside.
Fred, keep your voice down. And then close the door.
Okay.
Everything that happens in here needs to be highly confidential. Do you understand?
Yeah. And everybody else, yeah.
And the 7 of you, you're everybody that's made it out alive.
They all nod.
It's terrible what happened there. And you know who is responsible for this. You do know who's responsible for this.
Who? And then one of them kind of elbows Fred, and leans over and goes, "I think it was the Vanthopers. That's what Yignath said." "Oh, Vanthopers?"
Yes, good job. Good job, Fred.
Kind of smiles.
So, yeah. I want to give him a cookie so bad. What we need to do now, we do not have much time. We need to strike back at the Vanthopers. We can't go after Duke Vanthopur herself. She is too strong. We need time to prepare. You all have armor, weapons.
They all nod, and you see one of them, this like blonde-haired woman. She kind of pulls back her cloak, and you see within she has 2 blades tucked inside. And as she kind of looks at you, her eyes narrow, and you kind of feel a cold chill go out through the room and run up your spine.
Ooh, very intimidating. Love that. Bring that energy.
All right. I will.
So what we need to do, we can't go after Duke Vanthopur herself, but we can get her son. He has information that we need tomorrow. We need you to infiltrate the manor and capture Amric Vanthopur. And if he puts up too much of a fight, assassinate him if you must.
Oh, yeah, yes, we could do that.
Yeah, we got it.
Love the enthusiasm, Fred. Okay.
No problem.
You'll know the signal when you see it.
Or the blonde woman kind of narrows her eyes. Could you just tell us what it is?
Well, that's not very mysterious, is it?
Well, but I find...
Okay, tomorrow at noon, at midday.
Tomorrow at midday.
All right.
And there will be something obvious. Fred raises his hand.
Is it gonna be like a big noise? Or a light?
Yes, it will. It will be a big noise and a big light. Okay.
Okay.
They all nod.
But really, You know what? Never mind. We don't need a signal. Be there at noon. That's it.
The woman kind of leans down. Noon? In the middle of the day? You sure about that? Some of us operate a little better in darkness.
We have plans for... Fine. By the rising of the moon. How was that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, no, that's good for me.
Okay, remember, I am a good team captain, and remember that I take your input. We are a team together, we will synergize, and we will get this.
Wow, you can't. I never heard you speak like this. It's kind of nice.
I learned a lot after being betrayed by that horrible Duke Vanthampur. And sometimes
Really?
you have to work together. All right, rising of the moon. Be there.
They all nod and start kind of. If you're dismissing them, they kind of start convening and talking amongst themselves. You see some pulling out their gear and kind of polishing it, making sure they have everything. There seems to be some excitement in the room that they have these orders to do something. Anything
I'm sorry.
else?
Where are we telling
Yeah,
them?
where are they going?
To the manor?
Is that where Emmerich is? Do we know?
We're gonna
Pip's the
hopefully
one who
get
knows about
Amric to the
Amric.
manor.
Oh, okay.
Wait, okay, so,
Do you need to do some table talk really quick?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay, guys. So we want to turn Amric against his mom. We're gonna go talk to Amric, and right now, I assume he's at one of those sleazy taverns he likes to hang out at.
Which seems like a better place to assassinate him.
Do we really want it to be super, super public? I thought we
I mean-
mostly wanted to get him into the...
There's like private times if he's like in the bathroom or in his room or something. I mean, I guess the
Okay.
fight will become public.
So, yeah, it will. It will be public. And... Okay, fine. It can happen. It can happen while we talk to Amric if you want.
Wait, I thought the assassination happens and then we talk to Emmerich.
Oh my god. We talked about this for like an hour beforehand and we're still...
This is a flashback.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, work it out.
Okay, fine. So we'll try and assassinate him and then we'll go talk to him and be like, oh hey, Amric, heard you tried
No, we stopped
no.
the assassination.
Oh we stopped the assassination.
So just to see if I understand. The idea is that you're gonna send these cultists to attempt to assassinate Amric,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will hopefully stop the assassination attempt. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So with that in mind, you are having this conversation with the cultists, Pip. What exactly are you asking them to do? Right now, what I have in my head is you told them to go to the manor at the rising of the moon, wait for a signal, and then execute the plan, correct? Do you want to alter that?
Yeah, let's alter it because I totally misunderstood what we were all going for, I guess.
Yeah.
We wrote
I
it
just
down.
think it'll be a
Yeah,
lot
You wrote it
easier.
down. You wrote down assassinate Amric, and I was like, okay, fucking fine.
I think it would be a lot easier to get him at a tavern than at home.
Okay.
Because if we could get him at home, then we wouldn't have to do this
Right.
to get into the home.
Okay, never mind. Well, we'll talk about
So
what I thought was happening later.
So what's the alteration to this? You want them to get him at the tavern
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get him at the tavern.
tomorrow still?
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's an easy enough little retcon there. So you basically had your conversation with them, but just change it slightly to find him at the tavern. And then the only other clarification I need is are they still waiting for some kind of signal, or they're just gonna do it at a set time? And this can be table talk because I know you all had this discussion before.
Because we don't know when he's gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, signal sounds good. We'll like firebolt up in the air or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna fireball up in the air in the middle of a tavern?
How about we have not infusions. What do you call those other little
the
magical
little doodads.
tinkering things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you're artificers.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the little gadgets or something you can make.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll make a couple of magical tinkering things that have. You know what? It will be a symbol of ball.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, so
So it will just project a symbol of ball up.
Okay, so their plan is, I'm just gonna talk through it. They are going to go tomorrow. They're gonna go to which tavern? The Low Lantern?
Yes.
Okay, they're gonna go to Low Lantern Tavern and wait for a symbol of ball to appear, and then they will go for Amric.
Yes.
So they'll wait for your signal.
Yes. And
Okay.
either capture and return him to the Hellfire Lounge or assassinate him.
Okay, so primary objective, capture. If that fails, just make sure he doesn't get out of there alive.
Yes.
Okay.
Is everyone okay with that?
That sounds great. That's
Cool.
exactly what I was
Awesome.
thinking.
Awesome. All right. So, Pip, do you have anything else you want to say to these cultists as you finish up your speech to them? And they're all very excitedly getting ready.
Oh, geez. What was the name of the person who runs the Hellfire Lounge again?
Oh, Heskan?
Hascon. Yes. Okay. I guess I'll just tell them like make sure tell Hascon that to reserve this room for all of you, and he will give you a very good price. You will all be reimbursed by the order, I promise.
Yeah, no, that's good. We don't have a lot of gold on us anymore, so sounds good.
Okay. So they all continue to get ready. Okay, Pip.
I just lied. That was an accident, but I did just lie.
Oh, you did. Oh,
God
okay.
damn it.
Can you make that wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yeah. Okay. That's a 13.
13. Let me find your
I am in the wrong room. That is why.
You got a 13. That's fun.
What is this?
Okay. So you finish saying that. Fred like says like thanks for that. And then he kind of cocks his head and furrows his brow as you're getting ready to leave. And he goes,
That's a neat trick with your eyes. Did you do that on... Is that a gift from Bane?
It might be.
Cool. Maybe maybe one day I'll get there too.
and he keeps going and getting ready.
Power walk out.
Okay.
And punch it up.
Okay, so you head upstairs. Going upstairs, you end up at the table. Kadam and Calliope, I'm assuming you weren't doing anything during that conversation. Were you just hanging out up there?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see Yignath approaching the table, and Yignath, as you step up, both of you kind of the first thing that catches your attention as Yignath steps up to the table and looks you over, the pupils of Yignath, of Pip, maybe that was part of the disguise. It's, I don't know, but they're like almost a bright fiery red. Like there's almost a little bit of like movement in the iris itself. Like there's just this ember within the pupils. Yeah, so you see that, but you also see that Pip looks like Yignath, so maybe that's just part of the disguise.
I think that's what Calliope assumes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you saw Pip from a distance. You didn't see Pip up close. So I guess,
Yeah.
Kadam.
I did see Pip
yes.
up close. I helped her with this.
Yes, so you would. Those were not there before.
You all right?
I define all right. No, those cultists are... I don't know how much of a chance they stand, quite frankly.
But are
They're
you
going to
all
get...
right?
Oh,
Did you
am
do
I all
something?
right?
Did they do something to you?
No, other than fluster me and make me say things like I value teamwork.
All right. Can I
Why,
make an
is something
insight
wrong?
check?
Yeah. Go ahead.
But that's
make an
not a
insight
lie,
check.
right? That you value teamwork.
Go ahead, make an insight check. Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1, so. All right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what would you all like to do next?
Well, should we make our way up to Baldur's Gate? Listen
Yeah, there's
to-
supposed to be some kind of a announcement today,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, let's go hear that.
Okay.
Captain Ignath, would you like to go like this or not?
I think I'm supposed to be dead. I'm just gonna pop in the bathroom again. Just take this all off real fast. And
Alright.
throw over just a big kind of hooded cloak thing.
Okay. Yeah, you head in, get rid of the disguise, and you step back out once more, and you all are ready to go with your cigars finished up and the rest of the day before you. So you are gonna head up to Baldur's Gate. Okay. All right. So stepping back out into the streets of Baldur's Gate, back out into Brampton, you work your way across town.
Maybe pick up Rhea at Elf Song Tavern along the way?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Cool. So you swing by Elf Song Tavern, head upstairs, and find Rhea. She's just kind of in her room, sort of trying to unwind from everything that's just happened. But you let her know where you're headed, and she's very interested. She puts on a big heavy cloak, covers her face and kind of arms and everything, and gets all bundled up to sort of disguise herself a bit, and heads out into the streets with you. Going through the streets past the harbor, you can see there's quite a bit of bustling movement throughout the streets as people are starting to make their way towards Baldur's Gate, where this city gathering is going to take place, and where Lady Vanthampur is going to be addressing the public. By the time you walk your way up the steep cobbled street towards the top there, you see the wall and the iconic Baldur's Gate, the original gate that was built when the city was founded. And you can already see a crowd starting to form where the hill sort of flattens out into a plateau right where the gate is. There are small businesses and larger ones all kind of surrounding this little open square here before the gate. And more people start to filter in as you post up within the crowd. You see there are multiple watch guards that are starting to file up atop the parapets of the wall, and there is a large contingent of flaming fists down at the bottom of the gate, all stationed there. Kadam, you do... Actually, no, you don't spot them. You do see the... Yeah. You do see the male dwarf who you saw here on kind of one of the first speeches that Lady Vanthampur gave. The male dwarf wizard, necromancer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't even think we got that he was a dwarf.
Yeah.
With the homunculus?
Yeah. So he is a dwarf standing kind of at the front of this contingent of flaming fists, and hovering next to him is that sort of gently floating, burning skull that's just sort of vacant eyes, the mouth's kind of undulating as it floats there next to him, and he's just got his arms crossed, surveying the crowd, and resting on his shoulder you see the little homunculus as well.
I would like to have ritual cast detect magic on our way over here.
Okay,
if that's
great.
okay.
Yeah. So by the
No,
time
I'll also do that, I think.
Okay.
Like while you're spending that time.
Excellent.
And for me, it's just like hitting like some tools. Oh, battery's gone again. Let me, and like fiddling around. It just like goes through these things.
Awesome. So as you're fiddling with that, eventually getting it up and running, this little device allows you to detect magic. Kadam, you focusing in, you start to feel your consciousness almost extend outwards, and you start to sense little auras around you. Well, you don't actually, because there's no real magic around you other than a lot radiating off of both Pip and Calliope next to you.
Yeah. My irises have gone silver now, kind of reflective.
Awesome. So that's awesome. I imagine we see kind of a close-up profile of Kadam opening their eyes and looking out over the crowd, and there's just this silver sheen over the irises with all of the other people shuffling in around them. As you do look towards the dwarf individual, there's necromancy radiating off of the skull floating next to them. There is a strong... Man, a homunculus is like a magical creation. I don't know if it would be like transmutation, maybe?
Yeah, transmutation or
conjuration. Yeah. I imagine this being more transmutation, kind of radiating off of it. And other than that, you don't see any like, magical items on the individual. There is a you immediately recognize there's a sheen over the mage that indicates they probably have like mage armor up. But other than that, you're not sensing anything else within the crowd. Nothing that like is out of place. Everything is kind of where it should be.
Okay.
It takes, you probably stand here for about an hour as people are shuffling into the square and filling up, and the crowd is growing, and the murmur of people talking with excitement is growing. The flaming fists seem to be getting a little bit antsy, just kind of keeping an eye on everybody. Some of them tightening their grips on their cudgels. But by the time this hour passes, and it's approaching, a little more later afternoon, the fog is completely burned away. The air is a little more crisp now. It's not quite this blazing hot. You see movement up on the parapets.
I will recast.
You cast it once more. You see... What do we got here? You see 4 individuals appear on the parapets and starting to move towards the center of the gate. you instantly recognize the silhouette of Lady Vantham Purr. Kind of in front of her, you see a more, looks to be like a spindly man, kind of hunched over a little, walking in front of her. Pip, you recognize that as Thirstwell, walking in front of her, and directly behind her, you see a very proud-looking gentleman who has some striking features that, even from this distance, you can kind of see some resemblances between him and Lady Vantham Purr as Amric walks behind her. And then behind him, you see an individual in full plate, and you see Captain Zaj, Mira Zaj, walking behind all of them as they go up to the center of the gate and position themselves, Lady Vantham Purr in the middle. The crowd, the murmur of the crowd starts to hush down as everyone notices and draws their attention up towards Lady Vantham Purr.
Two quick questions, if I may.
Yeah.
Am I close enough that I can detect any magic on them?
Did you try to get yourselves positioned up as close to kind of the gate as possible?
I would like to be within 30 feet, like have done that on purpose.
Okay.
Calliope is going to be further back. Calliope is a wanted criminal.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was posted up at like a cafe or something.
Okay. And what about you, Pip?
I think Pip has just taken like a whole bunch of those little newspapers and is just posted up like a newspaper boy.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So as all of you are spread out in this town square, we see Calliope sitting at a little cafe.
And Rhea's probably with me.
Yeah, so you and Rhea at this little cafe. You do have to kind of stand up to see over the crowd. Even though they're up on the wall, there's just so many people, and some people have their kids up on their shoulders.
Rhea, lift me up.
She
Give me up
kinda,
there. I'm light. You're strong and hardy.
lifts you up. You're high above now with the other kids in the crowd looking over everything. And we see
Flame Fist being, or Hell Riders being this bony.
well, look who's talking. Your bony ass is right on my shoulders. And over to the right, we see Pip there at another corner, sort of pretending to sell papers, and then up against, as close as you can get to the wall, kind of actually rather close to that dwarf individual with all the other Flaming Fist guards. Kadam, you were nestled right in there in the crowd, and you look up. I would say that, I think the walls, they're probably like 20 feet high. So she's probably just within range, her and her sons.
Mm-hmm.
As you look up, the first thing you see is strong illusion magic radiating around Amric's head. You also... Is there any magic coming off of anybody else? Let's see.
Not him.
Ooh.
Is he disguised?
I have an interesting... This is interesting. Okay. There's no obvious magic coming off of Lady Vantham Purr.
Interesting.
You see off of Thirstwell, who's standing at her left, kind of wringing his hands, looking over the crowd. You notice that just below, like on the wall itself, there's like a little drainage. There's like, drainage pipes essentially running along the wall at intervals, and Thirstwell is posted up kind of next to one of these, and you see this sort of aura of illusion magic, relatively small, just resting there below Thirstwell. Not on him or anything, just on the wall. just sort of radiating there.
On the wall.
Yeah, below
Like-
first well. Like a little aura of something is sort of as if something was resting atop this little drainage pipe that's sticking out of the wall.
But we can't see. I
You
can't
don't
see anything.
No. You
Okay.
just see like an aura of illusion magic.
It's an imp. It's an imp.
So as you all get settled in with this all kind of commotion settling down as people look up at these individuals above you, Lady Vantham Purr looks out over the crowd. She let me look up something really quick. Could I make a perception check for me really quick?
Dirty 20.
Okay. You see Lady Vanthampur like quickly recite something. You're too far away to actually hear what she says. But then she kind of clears her throat and looks over the crowd.
Did it look rote? Like a memorized something or a
Yeah.
prayer?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
And as she speaks, the volume of her voice is immense. It echoes across this square. And she says, oop, that's not what I wanted. There we go. She says, "My fellow Baldurians, today is a glorious day for us, for the rot of the Dead Three has been cleansed from our home. Early this morning, Flame Zodge, as she gestures towards the captain at her side, bravely led her men into the depths of the cultist lair and put an end to their reign of terror. Unfortunately, this victory has come with a price. As some of you may know, my son, Mortlock Vanthampur, is dead." There's a few murmurs throughout the crowd. You hear some individuals essentially say, like, "I knew it." However, do not let his death darken your hearts. For my boy was a traitor. It appears that the wicked influence of the Dead Three wormed its way into my son's mind, driving him to act behind my back, all of our backs, for his own selfish gains. I want you all to remember this day, for no matter your status, if you are an enemy to Baldur's Gate, you will be punished. However, if you are loyal to our home, well, you will be rewarded greatly. She turns to Flame Zodge. For your loyalty, bravery, and great deeds, Captain Zodge, I hereby promote you to the status of Blaze. Captain Zodge bows as Lady Vanthampur produces what appears to be some sort of symbolic medal. She adorns it over Mira Zodge's head. She then turns to address the crowd. We can now all look forward to brighter days. Under my leadership and under the protection of the Flaming Fist. That is all for today. Thank you for coming here. She turns and begins to walk away, followed by her sons and Captain Zaj as they leave. Do you all do anything?
I want to incite questions, but not ask them myself.
There is, as she does finish her speech, there is kind of like trepidatious clapping and cheering. That does, it's interesting. There's this like trepidatious clapping, and she sort of stops mid-stride and then shoots a look out towards the crowd, and the clapping suddenly rises in its like fervor as she peers out over the crowd and then continues to walk and eventually disappears behind the wall. So, what would you all like to do now as the crowd sort of starts to talk amongst themselves and slowly disperse from the gate?
I'm gonna go up to some like entry-level Flaming Fist guard.
Okay.
And say, "Excuse me, do you know anything about the curfew? I was hoping that maybe that would be lifted now that we're safe.
Right.
What about free passage through the gates? Are we able to come in and out again?
That's all good questions.
Are y'all still going to be using necromancy to help us keep the streets safe at night?"
Oh, these are things I forgot. I will say
These are important matters to me, a midwife.
They are. I will say, for the purposes of that speech, what I gave was kind of the distilled down version of it. I think that she very much so would have addressed those issues, because those absolutely, Kadam, I kind of just, honestly, I forgot because I was focused on other things.
They ain't big plot related things.
Yeah. She would have said about the curfew, she would have said that will maintain for the time being until it is certain that the dead three are dealt with. Passage between gates, so free passage as in like can people come and go at night?
Come and go freely, but they need to pay still, of course.
Right, yeah. Yes, that has been more or less lifted. And then in regards to the Hell Riders, they are still going to be held captive for the time being as the investigation into them is like continuing.
Mm-hmm.
And she anticipates addressing that soon. So
okay.
So sorry, those are very crucial things.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Necromancy?
Oh, necromancy. Yes, no, that is yes, as part of her story of the Flaming Fist raiding the lair of the Dead Three, I think she would have mentioned the excellent use of necromancy and how it aided them in their cause. So that will continue to be used. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you still want to go talk to a guard about anything else?
No, that answered all my questions.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
So, as the speech finishes and people start to disperse, you all are here in the town square. You can, meet up if you'd like and do whatever you would like to do next.
Yeah, I think we should talk.
Okay.
Selling newspapers. Lots of people want newspapers now.
Yeah, I'll gather Pip and then go find Rhea and her child.
Mhm. They're over by a small cafe at the corner.
I would really like to talk to you all in private, if we could.
I would like that as well.
Rhea,
Let's go find a good spot.
Yeah, Rhea, can we use your room?
Yes, of course. So you all head back to Elf Song Tavern. Yeah, you head upstairs through the tavern and going into Rhea's room. Yeah, okay, so you end up in Rhea's room. Closing the door behind her, you all settle in this little, like, one-bedroom, inn. And what would you all like to talk about?
Okay, just to recap what our plan is for tomorrow. Should we do that? That sounds good.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic with a spell slot this time, just in case.
Yeah, go for it. It goes up. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
16.
You don't notice anything around except the items that are on your companions.
Okay. Yeah. Next or tomorrow.
Okay, so we're gonna what's it? The proud one up there. That's the one we're focusing on. And so they're gonna jump it. Then we jump them, jumping him. And then
Oh, this is the first I'm hearing of this. Oh my goodness. Is that the plan?
that's the plan. That's the plan.
We asked the cultists to capture him, maybe. Not necessarily jump as in murder. Not
Which will just make
necessarily.
our job of jumping them easier. Excellent. Right. So we jump them, he's jumping him, and we stop him. And then it looks like his mom tried to kill him too. And then maybe he'll help us get into the manor, tell us what's going on. That's the plan.
So I know where Amric likes to be in the tavern, and we have a sort of a business relationship, if you can call it that. I can go in and I can go in and sit down with him and start talking to him so that it will be natural that we are there to stop him. If you would like to go up and one of you would like to go up and set the signal, because we need to wait and make sure that he's there. Okay, sound good?
I can do that.
Great. The signal's just going to be symbol of ball. No big problem. We can go just there's a nice little the sign on the tavern. I'm sure we can just tinker and just
Sounds great. Yeah.
Wait, so how are the cultists attempting to rough him up? How's that going to persuade him that he should help us?
Because we're going to stop them. We're going to stop them, and then that will then we just swoop in and say, look, they got your brother. Actually, do we know whether Amric was involved at all? We'll find out.
Involved with what?
With everything.
The dead three, he knows what's up,
With the dead
probably.
three? Well, I mean, if he does, then he knows that his mother just essentially
Called his
sacrificed
brother a
him.
traitor? Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She did it to one of them. He could be
Why
next.
not
Looks
him?
like he is next.
No, absolutely.
It's in his best interest to...
But if he weren't in on it,
Oh,
Then
then we
we'll-
tell him what happened. We just tell
Exactly.
him the truth. What happened down there? Where Alec got
Telling the
killed
truth is...
because
all right,
the dead three got orders to kill him.
to kill him.
I mean, that's what they were doing, right? before we shoot us?
I look over at Pip.
No, to kill Mortlock.
Good to kill Mordlock, yes. No, we're no killing necessarily. Unless, absolutely.
Do the cultists know that we're gonna be there to stop them?
I hope not.
No. Unless they saw you and put two and two together. But that doesn't matter. They don't know that we're going to be there to stop them. Nobody saw through my disguise. It was tip-top.
All right.
And we can take them.
Do you got any that clerical magic that can stop folks or calm them down? I'd probably
I do.
keep it to a minimum. Yeah, use one of those. I got a couple things too.
Yeah, we don't have to kill them.
We just got to get him out safely after he's all scared.
All right. That sounds chancy, but I can prepare appropriately.
Fantastic.
Right? All we need to do is we need to be prepared. We have a plan. And then whenever it inevitably goes wrong, we improvise.
Kidam, the hero of Baldur's Gate, gonna swoop in and save another noble whelp. That's what you do best, right?
Well, I don't really have a track record for helping the patriarchs, but sure.
I'm sure he'll appreciate it. You fought with the Dead Three, right?
I have.
Yeah.
Multiple times now.
One more time for good old time's sake. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Okay.
I do believe we got a couple more last minute preparations though. Pip, you mentioned one of them medallions that could help
The medallion, yes. Oh, a medallion of detect thoughts. I was so peeved yesterday about what happened at the Cracked Spine. I was not prepared to spend
that was a
any
few
money.
hours ago.
My God, it was. You know, when something terrible happens, it just seems like it was so long ago.
Well, that sounds nice.
I was going to say it felt like it was just a couple hours ago, actually.
Well, I'm
sorry. I've
about
been multiple people today. Okay,
That's
it takes
true.
a toll on you.
I can only imagine.
Well,
yeah.
you've got that fancy guild discount.
I don't know if we need that. It just don't seem.
What,
seems
ethical?
It seems really invasive.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to give you a list of all of the terrible things that Amric Vantham has done to people? He is a loan shark. He is slimy.
Sorry.
Rhea,
I definitely just had the mental image of a slimy shark.
Exactly. And he's bald too. He's balding. Did you also know that? He's slimy and he's balding and he's a loan shark. What else do you need? I think a little bit of invasive probing would, for the greater good, right? For the greater good here.
I don't know.
well, Kadam, if you're not gonna go with Pip, you can still go to Sorcerer's Sundries and purchase it yourself.
I think Calliope just has like one thing to say. It's like, Kidam, El Terrell has been sucked into the abyss.
Into the hills, but
Into the hells. Into the hells. I'm not a theologian. That's your job.
I keep rolling terribly on my religion rolls, though. Carry
You're
on.
doing great. You're doing great. I believe in you. I believe in you. Just think about how much is on the line here. I had friends there. Everyone here did. Like, we can't be getting hung up on a little bit senses of like propriety because we don't like getting our hands dirty. The world is a dirty place, and this is what it takes.
Why
She's
do
got
you
him
need to
ideas.
read his thoughts?
What if he knows something that he's not willing to share with us?
Well, then we fumble through like the rest of the universe.
Oh, all right. But we fumble through like the rest of the universe, and then Baldur's Gate falls into the hills as well.
I don't think that the presence or absence of a single item will make that much of a difference.
It will help. Every little starfish thrown back into the ocean counts.
What's a starfish?
It's
I mean, it sounds real pretty.
It's very beautiful. Very delicious also. But that's beside the point.
Here's a delicacy where I'm from.
I'm gonna cast Augury
Okay.
and ask
What's
if
a
the
starfish?
presence and ask if the presence of the medallion would make a difference.
Okay.
What is it here? Oh, within the next 30 minutes. No, that won't work. Never
Fine.
mind.
I'm not paying full price for that medallion, and I'm not ready to run another con again. I don't care. It's fine. We'll get it. You're right. We'll get it without the medallion. It's fine. It's a challenge. I don't need a medallion. I can detect thoughts well enough on my own.
I'm glad to hear it.
Calliope, at this point, you do notice, like, Pip's eyes becoming progressively more, like, fiery and red as she's, like, getting a bit worked up.
Pip, your disguise, I think you didn't, like, get it all off. With what's-his-face, Yaganath.
I definitely didn't get it on with Yaganoth. I'm sorry, what?
You didn't take it all off. Like, before somebody sees you, you should take the rest of that Dead 3 makeup off.
Oh,
Get it out of your eyes.
It's just my eyes right now.
What is that really, Pip?
I'm allowed to have secrets. I don't have to tell you anything.
Maybe if you had one of the medallions, you know, Kidam.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
All right, if you two want to be that way.
I just saw opportunity for a jab. I actually do want to know as well.
Well, I don't like being ganged up on. I'm going to... I'm going to run away.
Just get it under control.
Okay, so Pip, you leave the room. Are you going anywhere in particular, or are you just gonna head out and wait for everybody? And
Yes,
also,
I think...
I am curious, because people keep mentioning your eyes. You didn't really feel anything happen to you, but people do keep mentioning your eyes. Do you have a suspicion? Is that, or what is Pip thinking right now?
I think this has happened to Pip before. It's where it was when she first learned that she couldn't lie and get away with it, it resulted in consequences.
Got it.
Because apparently having your eyes turn flaming red doesn't make you exactly trustworthy.
All right. So, Pip, as you exit the room, Calliope and Kadam, you're there with Rhea. Rhea just kind of checks in on the plan, makes sure she understands it. I think she just says, right, so would you like me to be there? I would like to be there tomorrow at Low Lantern Inn. Yes?
Yes, of course.
It'd be good to have you there.
Good. Then I'll be seeing you there. You're welcome to stay, but I think I'm honestly going to be napping again. I'm a bit tired from everything that's happened. Do you need anything else from me?
I don't think so.
Hey, Kidam, You play dragon chess?
I know how to.
Hey,
I don't know that I'm terrible good
just
at
because
it.
you know the rules doesn't mean you know how to. Here, let's I bet you might be okay at it. Let's go back to your place, huh?
All
You got
right.
anything else done? I think we could use some unwinding time. I
I do
got a
need-
set.
Yeah. On our way back, I will need to swing by my client's house. I need to give them their first postnatal visit.
Okay.
I did promise.
Yeah.
So we can say that just happens. I
Yeah,
pick up
yes,
my
yes.
my midwifery bag
Yeah.
and head back to my place.
Okay, so Kadam and Calliope, you head back to Kadam's place. Pip, are you going? Oh, actually, before that, as you're both leaving,
I meant
Calliope,
through Dragon Ante, not Dragon Chess.
three dragon ante, got
Me
it.
dragon auntie. Oh, again, I know the rules. I don't play much.
Kadam, you speak Elvish.
I do.
Calliope, do you?
No, apparently not.
Okay. And then Pip, are you still in the Elf Song Tavern, or did you go somewhere else?
How far is it to the dancing nymph?
It's.
I can't find it.
Oh yeah, unfortunately it's not
Dancing Nymphs
on
in
that map,
Heapside.
but it is up in Heapside, kind of like where the Blushing Mermaid is, but more north, northeast.
Okay. I think Pip is just sort of heading back there and kind of wants to see what happened to it.
Yeah. Okay. So you are walking through the streets that way. As you two are leaving Elf Song Tavern, as you begin to leave, you start to hear this ethereal voice begin to kind of echo through the tavern, and all of the kind of raucous laughter and clattering of dice comes to a stop as you hear this voice begin to sing in this kind of haunting, hallowed tone. Calliope, you don't understand what it's saying. It's just really pretty elvish words kind of lilting through the air. Kadam, I don't know if you're gonna stop and listen or not. But
I think I would. I've heard about this happening, but I've never heard it myself.
you start to hear the words come through. The song is kind of long. I don't know if I should do the whole thing, and I also don't think I'm going to be able to sing it. But you start to hear the words come through, and they say, "Oh, sing a song of El Turel, of water, woods, and hill. The sun dawns on her ruddy cliffs, and fields green and still. This land of long abiding joy, home of the strong and brave, renowned by all across the realms, and never once a slave. Oh, sing a song of El Turel, when foes are at her door, her fields torn by cloven feet from some infernal shore. Arise, the mighty Hell Riders, take up your swift, keen swords, then charge into the hellish fray and scatter devil's hordes. Oh, sing a song of El Turel, and when the night does fall, sleep safe beneath companions' light until the dawn does call. We're bound by mortal covenant that only ends with death, and so we'll sing of El Turel until our final breath." And the song dissipates as the silence consumes the tavern. And then once more you start to hear the murmur of conversation and the clattering of dice and clinging of mugs. As you were walking out through the door, kind of through the main area, I think Kadam, you would notice, let me actually see what Yeah, Calliope. Oh, Calliope, your passive perception's pretty good too. Yeah, so both of you notice that the barkeep seems to be like having an intense conversation with one of the patrons, and you hear them saying, they're basically saying, that was incredible. I've never heard her sing that song before. She always sings about the same thing day after day. That was remarkable. Yes, I know. It's fascinating. Something about Elturel. I guess maybe she's listening in on all the news.
Calliope's ears perk up at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the song, I would have like stopped Calliope
Mm-hmm.
once I heard her mention Elturel.
Mm-hmm.
Did you understand that?
Yeah. 1 second, and I want to finish listening to this conversation.
Oh, it just continues with kind of a back and forth of like this spirit typically sings about like a lost lover. So for the spirit to suddenly be singing about something so different and also very relevant it's just fascinating. And
deeply political.
Yeah. So they are just like fascinated by this and kind of like conversing. It seems like the barkeep is talking with like a longtime patron, like they know each other well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wish Rhea could have heard that. She was singing, the elf ghost was singing about Elturel and how the Hill Riders should take up arms and I guess go to hell to defeat
how'd it go so well
devils.
the first time?
Well, no, to go there and defeat the devils to bring, and then they would be safe under the companion's light.
Have I heard this like song? Is there like a national anthem or like a
You
nothing
haven't
like that?
You haven't, but Kadam, you kind of retell the song the best of your ability. Hearing the retelling of it, it kind of reminds you a lot of the origins of the Hell Riders.
Yeah. It's like, it's an old thing. Like some people got in there like heads that they could like go in there and like fight the whole hells by themselves. Didn't go well. But
Wait.
survivors went back and here we are.
That's why you're called Hill Riders? Is because you went, well,
Did you think it was metaphorical? Nah,
Well, yeah.
Elturel, like for all of their religiosity, ain't much for metaphors. Ain't that imaginative.
So the Hill Riders actually were originally riding through hell.
No, that's how we got our name, yeah. I wasn't there before my time.
Sure.
Not much, though.
Did you know anyone who was there personally?
I suspect I do. Just one. Didn't. It's left scars.
This person on you or the hills on this person?
The hell's on this person? You can't go in there and come out the same.
No, I don't imagine you do.
Which is why we need to stop Baldur's Gate from going there too and try to get Elturel back by any means necessary.
Even if it means going down there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would help. It's like you don't save someone from drowning by jumping in. You throw them a rope.
All right.
Okay. So you head out, meet up with your clients, and then head to your home, Kadam, with Calliope, and you play some, what was it, Dragon's Ante?
Dragon Ante.
3 Dragon Ante. I actually don't, I've seen that referenced in many places. Is it a card game?
It's a card game, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so you post up in Kadam's place and start playing 3 Dragon Ante for the day. Pip, you are heading... also, yeah, go ahead and pay your gate price. I forget what it was. I know you have it.
You have not previously charged us for leaving.
Leaving.
The
That's
gate.
right. That's right. It was only coming into the city. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So you head out. Pip, you head north up to the Heapside neighborhood to go scope out the dancing nymph. When you arrive, you see that they're... Yeah?
She disguises herself.
Okay,
First, uses cast disguise, and also the disguise kit for just good freaking measure.
Uh-huh. What are you gonna look like?
Or wearing, coveralls, maybe a like a painter cap type of thing, going around like a Faerun Mario the plumber almost.
Okay. So you are
Big mustache.
Sure, you look like just a working Joe as you go walking up there. When you arrive at the intersection and see the dancing nymph up ahead, you can see there are Flaming Fist guards already stationed there. You don't see any patrons like coming or going. I don't know. Do you like go up to head in?
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
Okay. You approach, and one of the guards, let's see. This curly-haired woman, kind of dark curly hair, in her Flaming Fist outfit, just kind of steps forward and holds up a hand, and says, "I'm sorry, the whole business is closed indefinitely. I'm sure you heard what happened."
Yes, is this because of the vermin?
Yes, indeed, because of the vermin. Yes, the cultists had their operation out of here, and we were able to clear it out. But the entire business has been shut down. Owners have been thrown in jail. Everything's under control.
That's good to hear.
Indeed.
Where are people going to get their baths now?
There's plenty of bathhouses around the city. Are
Yeah,
you
but
not from
none,
around
like-
here?
No. I'm a traveling exterminator. I heard there was some vermin.
Ah, right. Okay.
Sorry,
Your
was that a
first-
lie?
Your first statement. Yeah, is that a lie? That is a lie. You're right. Make another wisdom save for me, please.
Damn it! I keep lying today.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, you know what? I am a traveling exterminator.
Thank you, Olive.
Oh boy, that's a 7.
You're wearing a little hat.
I am wearing a little hat. It's a little red hat.
Is it an actual hat, or is that part of the illusion?
Oh, no, it's an actual hat.
Okay. The actual hat starts to kind of go, like, rise off of your head. She kind of furrows her brow and like tilts her head. You put your hand on your head and you feel like your horns are growing, and like under your hat, and they are growing quickly. Are you all right?
Thank you for your service. Good day.
As you go running down the street, eventually you can no longer contain it, and the hat is basically resting on top of your 2 horns, which grow out and curl into full ram's horns.
This has been a terrible day. I'm going back to the Hellfire Lounge and I'm going to sleep.
As you're kind of pouting and walking through the street with the hat sort of resting there, you hear kind of a voice creep into your mind just for a moment. Oh, somebody's been busy. Good.
Go away. Go away. You're not real. I can't hear you.
Oh,
They're
Don't
still
be
there.
that way. I am very, very real. You know, make sure you keep using that little gift of yours that I gave you. And then the voice just dissipates.
Trying.
Do you take out your big sun hat and try to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Time for the big one.
All right, and you head on back to Hellfire Lounge. So we only got like 5 minutes left here, but I'm assuming, you know, what do you do anything like, you know, crazy for the rest of your day, or you're just kind of taking it easy? You're playing cards. Pip, you're going back to Hellfire Lounge. I'm assuming, is there any other major things that are going to occur this day? Otherwise, we can just cut straight to the next day.
I think Pip is gonna go and just.
Yeah.
How much is it?
The medallion?
Yeah.
It is 500 gold.
Oh, freaking 500 gold, Jesus.
I imagine you like you know, you're having this bad day, you're running through the streets, because you would be going past Sorcerer's Sundries and like walking past it and then like walking up and looking in the window and you just see the medallion there like at the back.
I deserve a treat. Take my money.
So you go into Rivlin Blackhand, give him the 500 gold, and he grants you the medallion. So you can go ahead and add the medallion of thoughts, or is it detect thoughts? Medallion of thoughts to your inventory. And you head on back to the Hellfire Lounge and mark off 500 gold, please.
Yep.
So, as you finish up this day in Baldur's Gate, and eventually find yourselves rest, heading off into sleep, the next day comes. No visions, no dreams this evening. But you find yourselves arriving in the next day without issue. You can all have a long rest. And are you all going to Low Lantern in the evening time? Like when were you thinking of executing this plan? Like what time of day?
When is the moonrise?
Yeah, moonrise.
Moonrise. Okay,
It's
so
what?
yeah, like probably
Let's
what,
say
late August?
yeah,
not-
it's late August, or that's
Oh,
right,
God.
it's still August. That's right. Oh, I misspoke about the crisp air. Sure, it was a weird day, a little bit of crisp air creeping in. Yeah, it's still August, so the moon is gonna be rising around like probably 9 p.m. something
Yeah.
like that. I'd say 10 p.m. So
Cool.
so you all have a full day where you can do things. We can resolve that maybe offline. But at the end of that day, you head to the Low Lantern Inn, and where we're going to end tonight is the three of you walking down the cobbled streets as the thick fog is starting to really come in from the sea. So you just have this mist kind of speckling your cheeks as you walk through the streets with your various companions. Pip now having these very prominent ram's horns.
Oh, they've stayed around.
Oh, yes.
She definitely tried to like file them off a little bit, so they're like kind of
Mhm.
messed up, but did not do a very good job.
I think this is a Santa Claus situation where you file them off and then they kind of grow back. But you head on down to Low Lantern Inn, and we see the three of you standing there on the cobbled streets right at the harbor's edge, actually very close to the cracked spine. And up ahead, you see coming out of the mist the kind of derelict, hulking form of an old ship with a green lantern resting on its deck where the gangplank goes up onto the deck. And you can hear the murmur of people talking and laughing. And you see there are patrons on the deck of the ship itself, out on tables, drinking and carousing. And you are standing there here before the Low Lantern Inn, which is where we will pick up next session and see what happens.
Oh, John, remember I taught you about cards, okay? So, like, if we get there before, like, that's Calliope's plan at least. Like, we can play cards
Yeah.
as the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely, I can play cards with you.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. That was great. We had some really silly stuff with Pip there. That was awesome.
That was an incredible 30, a roll of a 30 off the top.
Yeah.
And then
That's like a
two
once a
failed.
campaign roll.
Yeah.
And it was to fool Fred.
It was
Oh, Fred's a sharp one, okay?
Yeah, you better hope you're rolling 30s when you if you end up interacting with some devils, like some devils.
Some devils,
Yeah,
yes.
some devils.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We will see you all next week. Normal human stuff. Sorry, I just saw that. Hashtag normal human stuff. Just like Momfred. Momfred is a normal human man.
Also a normal human man.
We will see you all next week and have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.